right?
Yep.
Okay.
And the event will happen in the fall.
Nice.
Awesome. We are live, y'all.
Very cool.
Yeah. So, so does anyone have any like memories like from fairs or carnivals or things like that they want to share? Like I figured we might share stories in the beginning.
I do. Yeah.
Go for it.
So I'm from Minnesota, and we moved out of there when I was 3, but we still went back like multiple times a year, especially growing up. And we always went to like the Minnesota State Fair. And I just remember, I think I was around 8 or 9, and I have a cousin who's my same age.
Sorry. This is me. I'm fucking up. I'm mute myself.
It's all right. And I think we ate everything we could find. So it was just like funnel cakes, ice cream, corn dogs, soda, slurp, whatever. And simultaneously, like halfway through the fair, we both just like stop, turn, and like puke in separate trash cans because we just like bloated ourselves with the worst food. But it was a fun memory.
I have never met a funnel cake that wanted to stay in my stomach ever. Like, no.
That's so sad.
So I'm not a big fan of like fair foods or carnival foods, but when I lived in Germany, they have like these Christmas winter fairs, and they have like, they actually had things that I liked. Like they had these like all these great roasted nuts. They had like eggnog, like alcoholic eggnog. And so I have fond memories of those winter fairs in Germany, but I don't have that many fond memories of like American fairs because there's so much puking at those. You eat all this gross, cheap, fatty food, and then you go on crazy rides that stir up your stomach, and then you're like sad.
We have those in Chicago, Curiel. We have like German style outdoor.
I love that fair.
Yeah.
Kringle Mart. Yeah. Even though one time, like they have these like big, like it's like Bavarian style wooden carvings or whatever. And I bought this like bear, and I was like, ooh, German bear engineering. And on the bottom it said, there was just a ticker, and it said made in Thailand. And I was like, come on, man. You can't present it like this is made in Bavaria. No. Neil, you were going to say something?
Oh, no, I was trying to throw out like happy, silly fair. To get us on a happy place. And the last really truly big fair that I went to was the Calgary Stampede, which is actually like the biggest rodeo in North America. So it's like this huge thing that's like blocks and blocks and blocks of a fair. And I remember going, and I just like flown there. I still had like kind of nice shoes on that had like a little bit of a pointed tip. And I'm walking around, and this woman walks up to me who's selling boots. She's like, "Oh, hey, sir, I would love to shine those boots. Those are really nice. I mean, your shoes." It was just like, all right, I don't belong. Thank you.
That's funny.
But it was a beautiful fair, and it's a really cool thing if you ever get to go and you like it.
It sounds awesome. Yeah. I love rodeos. I'm very into it. I think they're really neat. I want to go to one here now that I live in Texas.
Yes.
I want to see mutton busting. Have you ever heard of that? It's like where they put little kids in rodeo outfits, and then they put them on sheep and they are lambs, and they stay on them. It's really cute looking.
I would have mixed feelings about it because it does sound fucking adorable. Comes with like whenever beasts are being used in such a way, because I'm such a softie, so like I would have mixed feelings about it, but it does sound so fucking cute that
really cute looking.
I kind of want to see it, even though I don't want those lambs to have to deal with that, but at the same time it sounds great.
Yeah exactly. Mixed bag. Yeah.
All right, so welcome to NoPants Improv, the show where everyone is maybe not wearing pants. Thanks for watching. If you're watching us on Facebook, please come to Twitch, twitch.tv/NoPantsImprov, one word. That's where we can actually interact with you and see things you chat and stuff. But if you also just want to hang out on Facebook, that's fine too. But we just know that we can't see anything you chat until later. Like when I look at it later, I'll see the things you wrote, but not right now. So today we're going to do a show about a county fair. And so you'll get to meet some cool characters. This show is all improvised, by the way. And if you didn't get that by the name NoPants Improv, we know that we're doing a show about a fair, but we don't really know much about who each other is going to be. We don't have any of our dialogue written or monologues written or any of that stuff. So it's all going to be improvised. So please enjoy. If you have things you want to see or like ideas or themes or anything really, you can type it in Twitch chat and there's a good likelihood we'll incorporate it somehow into our show. No guarantees, it is improv, but like we will try. That I can guarantee. Yeah, we're going to present to you, what did they call this? Truth or Fair, Confessions from the County Fair. When our cameras come back.
Everyone, good morning. My name is Mike Matus. I am the head farmer here in Williamson. It's springtime, which means we can breathe a little easier here in Williamson. But the fair's coming. We have to prepare for the fair. I've been contributing lots of vegetation to the fair for the past, 30 years. And this year's going to be no different, except this year's very different because I'm putting my hands on the horns of passion. I'm contributing batting cages and ring toss. I'm leading the charge for the gaming commission of Williamson's County Fair. And you know what they say about passion? It's kind of like getting a new puppy. It's exciting, scary. You clean up a lot of urine in the process, but then the puppy becomes one with you. And so I'm very excited. This is about, when Mike Matus gets excited, my mustache curls and uncurls, and it's just been real curly lately. And I can't wait to see everyone. Everyone comes out and comes together. And, it's just a real exciting time. I always say, if there's no things to look forward to, then what's the point in growing vegetation and starting batting cages and really perfecting the ring toss? We even have some rubber ducks with some numbers on the bottom. And so I have to figure out what prizes the children might want. I don't have children myself because I live alone on the farm. And why do I keep doing this for the children, you say? Well, sometimes I just wish I had more little folks, little fellers in my life, but it's hard when you're sterile. And that's what I think about the county fair. Mike Matus, signing off.
My name's Red. I'm an apple, as you can see. There's a lot of interesting things about being an apple you might not know. For instance, you always have friends. There's been apples growing in this orchard for about 55 years. The first apple trees were planted about 55 years ago. So this is the first year where we are really contenders at the county fair this year for winning awards. It takes a long time for an apple tree to mature, about 55 years almost. So I really feel like my prospects are good. But the fair's a bit of a ways off, so I haven't been thinking about it too much. Mostly I've just been hanging out with my friends, hiding from birds. Birds are a real threat to an apple, especially one who has aspirations as I do. You've never seen an apple with peck marks win any prizes. In fact, most of those apples, guess what they get? They get to go rot on the ground with their seeds picked out by a sharp beak. And that's not a fate I'd wish on anyone, certainly not on myself. So I've just been, hanging out here in the trees. Funny story. I didn't know I was an apple for the first part of my life. I didn't have a lot of self-awareness. I thought I might have been a tennis ball. I saw a tennis ball once and it was green like I was at the time, kind of greenish. And I thought, oh wow, I guess that's who I am. And then a dog came and picked up that tennis ball and I was frankly horrified. And I really cursed God and all of creation that day. But luckily, I soon found out that I wasn't luckily a tennis ball. So that was a big relief, I can tell you that. I've learned to really enjoy being an apple. We are firm but sweet. And, we have a great reputation. I don't know if you've ever heard the saying. I think I might have made it up, but an apple a day keeps the doctor away. I think that's true. I've never been to see a doctor, and I don't plan on ever seeing a doctor because I'm an apple every day of my life. So, and I think of, just look at me. I'm in perfect health. Perfect health. Look at how round and shiny I am. And if I weren't myself, I'd envy myself. I would be like, oh, I wish I was that apple over there. But guess what? I am that apple over there. How lucky am I? It's kind of cool. I don't mean to brag. Humility is an important trait. So I'm trying to practice that and trying to learn to, not judge everyone by the shininess or redness of their skin or the firmness of their flesh, but rather by the content of their seeds. And, I've been trying to fill my seeds with wisdom. Somebody left a book under my tree the other day, and so I've been teaching myself to read. It's a scientific text on agriculture, so it's tough going. I can tell you it's been pretty hard going. There's been a lot of words I've had to sound out, but I am working my way through it, and I am learning a lot about fertilizer and pesticides and the various pests. God, that kept me up for nights on end, nightmares. But luckily, our farmer has been taking good care of us, and I haven't had to deal with any of those, wasps that like to burrow into apples and put their eggs inside us. Those, I hope I never meet one. But for now, the county fair is a long ways away, so I'm not getting my hopes up yet. I'm just going to keep hanging out here, being an apple. And again, my name's Brad.
Hi, I'm Joe the Husk Bellini, and I own this town. I come from a long line of Bellinis, from my grandpappy to my grandpappy to my pappy to me. You think Williamson was born on the backs of our agriculture in general? No, it was corn. We rose from this dry dirt to make Williamson what it is. And what is our crown jewel? The corn maze of the Williamson County Fair. We all know the fair's coming up. What are people coming to see? The corn maze. And those who aren't coming to see the corn maze, they're gonna get into the corn maze whether they like it or not. And they will fertilize the ground for the pappies that come after me. Now, the way I see it, anybody who comes to a fair is just another person who's gonna feed my family. I look around. I don't see smiles. I don't see corn dogs. I don't see puppies. I see my progeny stretching into the year 3000, the year 4000, the year 5000. Corn will never die, and the husk will make sure it doesn't. When my pappy sat me down and pushed me 2 inches down into the dirt and said, "All right, Joe, you're the future of this family," that's when I knew I was going to have to get tough. I was going to have to look around, spread the strength, make sure that every piece of dirt was fertile and ready for the future. If the dirt isn't fertile, the dirt's dead. That's the code that I live by. Now, maybe you might say I'm a bad corn. I think that's just a matter of perspective. My perspective started 2 inches under the ground, and now I'm 6 feet tall looking out over this entire fair. You want to come in? You got to go through me. You want to get out? You also got to go through me. I can't wait.
Oh, sorry, you caught me reading. Yeah, that's me, Ted. You might remember me, but maybe you had some of my apple pie or my apple fritters last year at the 54th annual Williamson County Fair. Well, anyway, this year it's special. This year is an anniversary. It's the 55th. You know, when I was a boy, my father and I, we planted some apple trees out in the back part of our lot, and they've been growing and growing ever since. And I feel like they finally reached their peak this spring. You know, like we finally found a nice little place for them, and they finally set some big, beautiful apples that my dad and I propagated ourselves. We call them Song of September. Yeah, it's real beautiful. They're just little baby apples right now, but I was out there reading under them and spraying them down with some kaolin clay and some neem oil, you know, keep it organic. We could win the best apple in all of Williamson County. I think we got some contenders, you know. It's like my father always said, son, you take care of them apples, they'll take care of you. And it, you know, it's been true. It's really been true, you know. I can remember just before he died that last crop that we had paid off the mortgage on a farm, and we've got a real connection now to the land. You know, this here place is Applebaum land as far as the eye can see. And well, you asked me how I do it. Well, I can't reveal a family secret, but I got a special blend of a few things. This little fungicide, you know, to keep the powdery mildew and the fire burn away, and then also to help keep some of them pests off too. You know, nobody likes a wasp in their apple. At least not if they're going to win that blue ribbon anyway. Well, better get back to the orchard. I think I left a book out there or something. I can't find it anywhere.
Hey, yeah, I'm Spuds. Still kind of young, as you can see down here, growing. I'm not really too sure what the future has in hold for me, but it's gonna be good, you know. I just feel like it's up to me to make it up there, grow bigger, and find what I know is waiting for me in my future. I want to do something. I want to be somebody. I want to, I don't know. It's just, there's nothing much all that exciting going on down here. I mean, I got a lot of nutrients and eat them up. And, you know, I've been making them starches. And funny story, you know, my mom said that we're roots. And that means I'm really the foundation of something. That's what she used to always say. But I I don't feel it, I mean, maybe this is just a time in my life. It's a foundation for something bigger and better, but I don't really feel like I'm supporting anything bigger than me. And that's something that's important, I want to have purpose in my life. And, well, I just want to have good stories to share with y'all at least, because like I said, ain't nothing real much happened. But, I believe that it's inevitable. I believe that future is about expansion, and I'm going to get bigger, and my dreams are going to get bigger, and my opportunities are going to get bigger. And I'm real excited for that. I feel it. It's going to be big. It's going to be good. And I guess for now, I'll just keep growing until I see some more of them opportunities.
God, springtime, like normally I don't like it. Normally I think to myself, like, shoot, people are going to start going crazy about the fair again. And I feel left out, But this spring, I'm looking around and things are thawing, and people are all hopped up and excited because they want to change. They like to change. And I'm thinking to myself, maybe I could change too. Maybe this time I can be in on the fair fever, and I can get excited because I got potential. I feel it. Like, I live out on the farm, and I'm not too popular at school. I'm pretty shy, but I think I'm having a growth spurt. I look in the mirror, I look like a little better, and I think I see this potential. I think I'm gonna try and go. I'm gonna go for the fair queen. I know I'm not there yet, so don't look at me and think that's crazy, because I got some work cut out for me. But I mean, if my pa can be sitting out there just like whispering sweet nothings to the apples, and if my mom can be muttering about wasps all the time, and my brother can be, I don't know what he's doing with that corn, but something not right with that corn. And I feel like if everybody's got a project, then my project can be me. I don't know. I just feel like I have like I don't know. I've got something going on that I think could really be awesome. If I just I try and maybe work on my poise and my confidence, and then I try and like I don't know, like get my hair done, and I sew a dress up, and maybe for once, like all those girls in the high school who ignore me, I'll let me like hang out with them if I start to look real good before the fair time. And maybe even if they don't, then it doesn't matter. I'll have my moment when I get on that stage, and everybody will be like, what is that, Carlene? I can't believe it. She looks great. Or maybe they'll say, oh, it's Carlene. She looks like a hick up there. Let's hope for the best, though. I'm gonna start reading Vogue now. I feel like you get all the best looks from the fashion magazines, and they really do translate really well to the pageant stage. That's what I think anyway. I want to be sophisticated about it, but I also really want to I just want to make this about change. I want to be better than I am, and I can do it. So that's my hope. Well, we'll see. I've got my work cut out for me.
I'm so excited. I heard Mr. Applebaum talking with some of the workers today, and I found out what competition I'll be competing in. It's called the Applebaum, and I don't really know what it is yet, but I have been practicing bobbing since I heard. And let me tell you, the other apples on my branch have not been too happy about it, because I am rocking that branch like nobody's business. I have been bobbing up and down all day, every day. I am getting so worked out, and I'm getting really good at bobbing. And I think that this is the perfect event for me, because bobbing is like nodding, right? And I have always been like a real yes man. And so, I really think I'm perfectly suited for this event, because if it involves nodding, aka bobbing, I am now really good at that. So I think that this is going to really work out for me, and I'm just really looking forward to it. I'm just like soaking in the sun, trying to get as juicy and ripe as I can, and this full flesh, so that when I nod, everyone feels that word yes rising in their hearts. Because that is really what I'm about. I'm about saying yes. Yes to life, yes to everything, and yes to the Applebaum. I can't wait.
Knee high by the 4th of July. It's happening. It's the corn's definitely up to my knees now, and I just couldn't be more excited. Summertime is when the energy in Williamson really peaks. You know, the sun comes out and the folks feel the warmth in their blood, and they can't wait for the fair to come because we'll finally get to hang out and have a few brewskis with everyone. My neighbor, Ted, he's over on Route 55. He's got himself one hell of an orchard, and he's fixing to put together a grand apple bob contest, and I think that's just going to be so great next to my pick a duck, you lucky duck, and then the batting cages and the ring toss. I feel like my cup of whiskey runneth over because I can't even fathom how the youngins are going to love the fair this year. And the corn maze has always been a highlight, and they always say, oh, Mike Catoose, he really puts on one hell of a corn maze. I think this year we're going to plow ourselves out a design, so when the Williamson Air Force, we have our own, they fly over the corn maze, they're going to take a picture, and it's going to be the Emerald City from Wizard of Oz. I thought the youngins would really, really like a little magical cinema treat out in the corn maze this year. And I have to say, Mrs. Doltry, I've seen her walking out to get the mail a couple times, and woo-wee, she's been on some sort of Jenny Craig program or something. She's looking real good, and her youngin is sprouting up pretty nice too. I think this year's fair queen is going to be neck and neck. I think there's maybe 3 participants this year, which is a hot competition for Williamson. And I just hope I can get all my ducks in a row, like literally my lucky duck game. And I just hope I can find enough bats. And I don't know. I think I'm going to go over and see Ted to see if he has any sporting goods equipment to help me out. He's a nice feller. And I don't know, maybe he has some advice to me about Mrs. Doltry, because I haven't talked to a woman in 30 years since I got the news that I was sterile. But I think she seems like a nice lady, seems to read a lot. She gets a lot of letters. I'm assuming she reads them. And I just couldn't be more excited for the fair. It's a coming.
Summer in Williamson. The fair is getting close. I look around and I see my progeny knee-high to a human. It's what I like to see, but you know what the summer brings? Brings the heat, brings the lack of water. And I see Mr. Applebaum running around my rows, diverting water towards his precious little apples. Like they're anything to do. I hear this one annoying apple up all hours of the night, shaking the trees. No, this is not the apple's year. This is the year of the corn maze. If it weren't for that crazy little Daltrey boy coming out here at night and watering us on his own, I think we may be in trouble. But he's just trying to get back at his little sister, who's trying to be the fair queen. Fair queen, more like your brother's the water king. Oh, little does that Catoose know these big plans to cut a little design into my family. Well, he doesn't know about the lower 40. In the lower 40, there's a new pattern. A pattern that nobody knows about except for the husk. You want in? You gotta go through me.
Oh, hey, hold on a second. I'm going to go put on my hat here. There we go. That's better. I just going to head out into the fields here in a minute, and I wanted to make sure I let all you folks know about that. Well, you see, it's been a strange summer ever since Mike came by. Mike Catus, that is the fella who does all that organizing with the fair. He's a real nice fella. Fine mustache, I gotta say. I gotta tell you, I ain't seen nothing like it, and I'm sure the ladies love it, which is kind of strange because he was asking me about women, and well, I told him that women are sort of like apples, sounds weird, but if you just listen to them and take care of them, and do the things that they need you to do, they'll do the things that you need them to do. They'll be there for you. You know what I mean? They're just like anything else. If you're just kind of reciprocal, and he seemed to understand that a little bit, which I appreciate that. Well, I gotta say, I'm worried about that corn. Mike's been all about having a corn maze every year, and this year is supposed to be something special. It's supposed to be really amazing, but it feels like, but with the drought on, there's not enough water for everything, and if I'm gonna grow the right apples for the grand apple bob that I have planned, it's just, well, I need enough water to be able to do it. You know what I'm saying? So, I can feel those apples just bouncing on the branches, ready to go. And I'm looking forward to it this year. You know what I mean? Just have a feeling about that corn. I never did like it very much. But anyways, I got a date with me and my backpack sprayer. We've got one of my arch nemesis out on the edge of the apple orchard. That's right, apple coddling moth. And I'm not about to let that win.
Wow, you guys. I gotta tell you, the other day I think I felt a dog pee on me. That means I'm getting so big. And I've been hearing these whispers about the county fair, and gosh, I have big dreams. I just have big dreams of winning some kind of prize, I think there's a lot of room for the fruits and vegetables really to come up at the fair, and I don't know, maybe they'll put me in something, or maybe I'll be French fries, but I want to be something bigger than French fries, my whole life I've been underground. I don't feel seen. I really ain't felt hurt at all, and I feel kind of ignored, to be honest with you. And one time, I saw Farmer Catus walk by, and I was like, "Hey man, hey, I'm down here. What's up?" And he couldn't hear me, I don't think, or maybe he ignored me, But it's like I don't know what is ignored as much as a potato under the ground. I can't even tell you because I'm not very worldly. I don't really have a lot of life experience, but here's the thing. I have a lot of faith. I have a lot of faith, okay? And I know there's something bigger out there for me. And this fair, I feel it. This fair is where it's at. And I'm going to go there and I'm going to make someone happy. That's what I'm going to do. It's going to give me purpose in life to make someone happy, because my philosophy is that the purpose in life makes you happy, and that, well, I really ain't encountered a lot of other people, but I think making those people happy would be my purpose in life, and that's why I'm here. Anyway, I got big hopes. I got big dreams, and I'm going to that fair.
Well, summertime, gosh, I don't know if it's change that's in the air or just beads of sweat streaming down my brow, because I am not good with the heat at all. Mom says that I've really got to work on that if I want to be fair queen, because you got to do appearances, and she says that they're not going to want somebody who's just like sweating all over themselves and all like slick like a pig. My mom isn't too supportive, I guess. She's really pretty, but she's I don't know, something's up with her. She seems to be preoccupied. She gets a lot of letters. She seems, I don't know, something's up. She hasn't been the same mom she used to be. When I was growing up, she was always there for me. She put me in my first little pair of Oshkosh Picasso bras. I remember them so well. They had a butterfly embroidered on them, and I thought I was like the coolest girl in town. And my mom said that I was the prettiest girl to ever wear a pair of coveralls in the whole county. And I thought, that's amazing. I had so much confidence back then, but I don't know. I had some very awkward prepubescent years. I'm glad those are over. I mean, most of the acne's gone. And I mean, if something's got to be going right for me now, I guess my diet might be working, because God, old Mike Catus has started to scare me. He's sniffing around a lot, Normally he just follows my mom around like a puppy dog, but lately, yeah, he's been walking weird little circles around me too, and it's frightening. But I think he's harmless. I mean, I know he's sterile. Certainly, everybody knows he's sterile. Anyway, so I've been trying to kind of change my style around. Normally, I used to wear a lot of black because it's slimming, but my mom says that in the summer it's better to wear brighter clothing. So I've gone for a denim blue, which I feel is closer to where I'm meant to go. I'm just not quite ready for like dresses. I don't know. I'm feeling really silly about my decision to be even running for fair queen, because I mean, I know that like Mary Beth Elspeth will be trying, and she's really pretty, and also her dad like owns half of the property in town, so I mean, she's going to have some resources behind her. And then I don't know, like who even knows, my mom might run against me. My mom could probably be fair queen in her sleep. She's much prettier than I am, but I'm still working on it. Every day I go on a long walk out to the apple orchards and out to the corn, and something's up with that corn. It's really ominous. It freaks me out, actually. I get this feeling. I have these dreams at night where I wake up in that corn and it's a maze, and it's just aggressive, and it's yelling at me about summer of the corn. It's weird. Anyway, I'm getting off track. I'm working on it. I'm making strides. I'm not there yet, but who knows? Things are going in my way, I think. Hopefully.
Well, the fair started this past Monday, and I was real excited. I thought I might just pop my stem. I was so excited. And I knew the Applebaum was on Wednesday, which was today. Well, let me tell you, it didn't go well. Did you know what an Applebaum was? Well, they took me and a bunch of my friends. They put us in this big bucket full of water. And we was bobbing around, and I was like, oh, this is great. I didn't know there was water as part of this. I was bobbing my little stem off, and I was like, this is great. But it wasn't great. It was a nightmare. Next thing I knew, the fair queen, Carleen Daltrey, was bobbing her head. It was a great ceremony. They were like, Carleen Daltrey's going to be the first one to bob for apples. And I was like, oh, this is an honor. But next thing I knew was those perfect white teeth were coming right for my flesh. You know what I did? I did not let that woman bite me. I bit her. I bit her right in the face. And I was not going to go down fighting. I know I said I'm a yes man, but I said no to that now, and I bit her good. She jumped out of that tank so fast. Her face was all wet and bloody, and they took me out, and they put me in a basket. They labeled that basket Bad Apples. And they put me in the center of the corn maze to scare children. And I can't tell you the nightmare it's been. All day those children would see me and go run in the other direction. This is not what I thought the county fair was going to be like. And I don't know what my future holds. But I guess they labeled me a bad apple, so I guess that's just what I am now. A bad apple.
Well, it done happen. You know, I put on my lucky bandana and my dress up overalls, and we did the fair thing. And I have to say, I kind of can't believe what a disaster it kind of was in a way. The people started putting potatoes in the baseball loading thing for the batting cage, and the potatoes it was like potato guns. I guess the youngins think there's something funny about potato guns, but it worked out because well, you know, initially I had my eye on Mrs. Doltry because she reads a lot and, you know, looks pretty nice, but Ted was there for me when the batting cage catastrophe happened, and one thing led to another, and all of a sudden Ted was holding me as I cried about the batting cage failure, and the lucky ducks wouldn't float, so the children were all bobbed out about doing anything water related with having to grab stuff, and I just cried and cried in his arms, and we had a long passionate kiss. And I have to say, I'm in love with Ted Applebaum. He's a fine, fine man. And you know, it's been hard for me around Williamson because the town's little phrase for when I go, you know, get my you know, natural, of course, fertilizer for my vegetation, I hear whispers and sometimes yelling of Mike Catoose ain't got no juice. And I don't think that's kind, because I've been always very kind, and I don't think it's anyone's business that I'm sterile, and I don't want anyone talking about my juice. It makes me very uncomfortable. But Ted's been just very understanding about all of this, and he's been listening to me, and he's talking to me about how women are like apples, and I see his point, but I think he's the shiniest apple I've ever seen. And the fair could not have gone better for me, personally. Mike Catoose. It was a close call with the corn maze, but, you know, we only lost a couple youngins in it this year, and I think that's, you know, progress. And progress at the county fair is important because it's what we do in Williamson. It's what we live for. And I'm feeling on such a high right now. You know, the county fair is like getting in that hot air balloon at the end of Wizard of Oz and heading off to live your dream in Omaha. So, Ted, I hope will ride with me on that hot air balloon, and I don't know, I'm thinking about asking him to move in.
Wow! You guys! There are so many things happening at the fair! I knew it was going to be great. I knew it. And now that I've gotten so big, I really think I'm going to win biggest potato contest. My farmer Mike, he entered me, and I'm really excited, and I've not seen all the competition yet, but I got a good feeling about this. You know, I got a really good feeling. And well, I did come out of the ground, and I saw a lot have real good soil at the Catus farm. Let me tell you, real good soil at the Catus farm. And well, one of them said to me, "Wow, Spuds, you're huge." Just like that. He said, "Huge." And so I think I got real good chances, real good chances. And I'm real happy to meet everybody. And I'm real happy to make some new friends. And well, here's the thing. If I don't win, I'll be okay, I'll still be big and I could maybe feed several people even, or make a really, really large, extra large French fries, or I don't know, maybe somebody will mash me up and I could feed a whole family. And I just think, I don't know, maybe I'll get some au gratin going on, I'll take a nice little hot bath and some butter and some cheese and like, oh, you guys, I don't know what's ahead, but I know it's gonna be fun and I can't wait to tell you what happens.
Oh God, I think I found a clearing in the corn for just a minute. Oh, it's all around me. Well, all right. I'm going to try and make this quick so I can get out of here. You see, I'm lost. I thought this was going to be a really good fair, and it started out okay. I brought the apples in for the grand apple bob, and Carlene was there as the fair queen. And she was just looking wonderful, and she put her face in for that first apple, and then all of a sudden it was like one of them bit her or something. I don't know what it was, but it was horrible. And I gathered up all of my apples in shame, and I figured I would just put them in a place where nobody would think to go, in the corn maze. And I put them in there, and then I tried to get out. And I've been trying to get out ever since. It's almost like I can feel the corn talking to me and rearranging itself around me like it's been jealous all season that it hasn't been getting enough water from me. I'm just hoping that maybe Mike can find me or somebody can find me in here before the corn starts coming. I can hear it now. I gotta go.
Well, I'm not going to start off with the incident. I don't want to start off talking about the incident. I want to talk to you about the good parts, All my hard work, it paid off. I won. I am the fair queen. It was great. All the kids at school started hooting and hollering the minute I got up on the stage. I was wearing my best green dress. This green dress, I look real nice here. Even my Catus, he winked at me, though later on he seemed really preoccupied. My mom said she was proud of me, and I felt beautiful there. I did my talent, which was spud flipping, and people were impressed. I have a lot of coordination. It was a triumph. I tell myself, but I'm vexed. I'll just tell you how it went. So I'm fresh off my win. I am the fairy queen. I'm flush with success, and I'm ready to do my duties. And my very first duty is to have the first bob for an apple. Now that's a job I was born to do, or so I thought. And I'll tell you what, nobody believes me, but let me tell you something. I put my face in there, trying to get a bite of a nice, juicy red apple, and I don't know what happened. I know what I think happened. It bit me. It bit me viciously. It bit me with utter frenzy. I don't know. All I know is I came up, my cheeks cut open, tore open, and I'm bleeding and I'm crying, and everybody's saying, "What did you do to yourself? How did you do that on a bunch of round objects?" And I'm saying, "One of those apples has got teeth." Anyway, there's an emergency meeting about whether or not I have to step aside pending mental health evaluation. Mom says she's going to have to send me over to the neighboring town and maybe talk to one of those really fancy psychiatrists, because between the corn dreams and the apple bite, and people don't have a lot of faith in their fair queen anymore. But God darn it, I'm going to bounce back from this. I've earned it. I'm not going to let some devil apple get me. I am better than that. I'm going to show you all.
They say a husk is only as good as his right ear man. You know who I have now? I have a whole bushel of bad apples. There's one. Oh, how I weep for the days we could have been working together, as opposed to me staying up all night listening to him bob in that tree. Oh, little Red rolls into the maze with blood dripping from his skin. I loved it. And not only that, we've got 4 kitties down in the lower 40 and the crown jewel, the Applebaum douche himself, Ted. Oh, watching him scream and cry and try to find his way around my corn cul-de-sacs. Left, Ted. Right, Ted. Go straight, Ted. Not this time, Ted. We're not going to have any apples next year. Just my bad apples and my corn. This is the best fair ever. Watch me, Pappy. Watch me.
Well, it's winter time here in Williamson, and what a winter. After that amazing county fair, things have happened in my life. I talked to Ted about my feelings, and he said, I reciprocate. And I said, you mean you like me? And he said, well, hells yeah. And so I said, can we combine our land and have this like amazing corn maze apple orchard extravaganza? And he said, I'll go ahead and take out the fence. I don't know how the corn's gonna feel about that. Not that it has feelings. I know I'm being ridiculous, but sometimes I get a weird energy around that corn maze, and I know he had, some counseling for his PTSD because he was stuck in that corn maze. I thought he left me and left town. He was stuck in that corn maze for 2 weeks. He came out kind of shriveled looking, and he survived by eating some of the corn, which is very smart. I think he's a very smart man, but I'm lucky that he didn't want to not combine the properties because of the incident. And like we have some PR work to do for next year's county fair because of how scarred up our fair queen is, and it's just kind of a freak accident sometimes. But if there's ever a freak accident to happen, you pretty much figure it's going to happen at a county fair. There's hay balers and all kinds of things, potato guns shooting around, like it's just so much activity that you can't really keep an eye on all the youngins all the time. But I mean, besides the bloodshed and the trauma of being in a corn isolation tank, I think it went off without a hitch. It was just great, and I don't know how we're gonna top it next year for next year's fair, but I'm feeling happy. I'm in love, and I just can't believe Ted is on board, and he's a reader too. I didn't realize how he reads even more than Mrs. Dolce. Always got some book on how to be in a good relationship. So I think I can learn about relationships from him and just grow in my heart and grow more vegetation. Those potatoes were big this year, and they're going to be even bigger next year. Ugh. Looking forward to next year's county fair. It's Mike Cattouse signing off, and I'm in love.
Oh, caught me reading again. This is one of Mike's books. He's always getting me books now. They make me feel better. You know, it was real hard this fall, and I don't know that I would have recovered completely if it hadn't been for Mike. I didn't think that I would find love again, well, except for maybe the apples. But he really changed me, you know. I still can't bear to be around corn, especially the growing kind. But I think if Mike does it, I think it'll be okay. I think I just need a little bit of love and help this winter. Maybe I can try growing something easier like raspberries or zucchini or something. Something that doesn't have teeth.
Dad, I love you. Come home.
Well, it's been about 3 months since the county fair, and you know, I can say, let me tell you, I've embraced being a bad apple. They call me the Piranha. And you know, I've been getting into the life of organized crime. You know, once you get labeled a bad apple, you can't shake that label no matter what you do. So you know, being the yes man I am, I just decided to roll with it. And you know, I'm running a nice gambling ring now, pretty lucrative. People love to gamble, and you know, I'm making a pretty penny. And you know, looking back, even though it was a nightmare at the time, and I'm still dealing with some of the trauma of that incident, I can honestly say, being put in that Applebaum and biting Carleen Daltrey's face was the best thing I ever did, best thing that ever happened to me. Because I found myself, and I really have a knack for this. And you know, I've been working with the Husk, and he's got a lot of wisdom, and you know, he can be a little intense at times, but you know, I'm trying to learn how to be that intense, and I think it's working out for me, and I see a bright future for me in this world of bad apples.
Oh, such a delicious year. Another fair come and gone. So successful. Little did I know going in that not only would I fertilize this beautiful dirt like my pappy bequeathed upon me, but now my reach grows in the world. The Piranha, I didn't see such a gift falling into my kernels by any means, but he's here. And next year, oh, look at me planning ahead. It's almost like I have a son. It's almost like I have my own little red, beautiful, shiny killing machine out in the world, getting me more and more influence, more and more victims, more and more horizons and maze lanes to conquer. Oh, and Ted, he ate some of us to survive. We're coming for your insides, Ted. We're coming for your insides.
Well, hello there. It's me, Carleen. You know me, your local fair queen, and also now a network news affiliate reporter. That's right. I have been given a new job. Everything has really kind of come my way. It took some intensive psychotherapy, but now I'm basically a celebrity. Everybody knows me as the girl who got bitten by that apple. The Piranha. People ask me to sign their Piranha tattoos all the time. I love it. Oh God, it's been amazing.
You guys, didn't I tell you? Did I tell you or did I tell you? Man, I knew it was going to happen. Largest potato at the fair. Wow. I'm so touched that I put on this war paint, because I've decided to fight against small vegetables. Not to fight the small vegetables, but just to make sure that every vegetable has all the nutrients they need to grow big and get a crown. I mean, who doesn't want a crown? Yeah, so that's going to be my life's work from now on. And I'm just really overwhelmed with joy and emotion. I got all these feelings, but it just feels real good to wear a crown, And I knew all that time underground in the dark, I knew there was something big for me. And my gosh, if it just doesn't all feel worth it right now, you know what I'm saying? Even Mike was so proud. I don't know if he mentioned me to y'all, but I could see it in his eyes. There was a little twinkle like, that's my Spuds. And that's all I've ever wanted, really. I'm going to be honest. I think with all this excitement, I'm going to need a nap because heavy lies the head that wears the crown, and I'm a little worn out after that adventure. Anyway, thanks for supporting me through all this, guys. It means a lot. And I just want you to know that my head won't get too big to always be here for you. We're friends now, and that's what's important. So y'all take care now. And thanks for coming down to the county fair. Bye-bye.
And scene. So thank you all for watching. This has been NoPants Improv, Truth or Fair, Confessions from the County Fair. We got to see some fun, wicked vegetables and fruits and some great characters. Our next show is going to be Tuesday night. Annie, you want to talk about your puppet show?
Yeah, so every other Tuesday we're having a really fun puppet show going on with puppets are doing different things, different adventures. This Tuesday at 7 p.m. they will be going on spring break. So if you like the show Jersey Shore or just know it exists, come have fun with us and watch.
And we're also doing an interview show. You want to talk about your interview show, Nicole?
Yeah, every Thursday at 12:30 p.m. Central, I interview a member of the cast and maybe special guests in the future. It's a really quick show. It's about 10 or 15 minutes. It's called No Pants Here, and we just want to talk all things improv and our philosophy and how it's changed our life, and let you guys know a little bit about what we're really like. And how cool we really are.
You have a really awesome guest next week, right?
I do. Next week or this week, next week coming up on the next show, I have Miss Kristen Drenning, also known as Carlene Doltry, and it's going to be
fair queen.
fun. So I'm excited to see what kind of shenanigans we get into on Thursday.
Awesome. And we do shows every Wednesday and Sunday at 6:30 Central. Each of our Wednesday, Sunday shows are completely different, completely wildly different from each other. I think this Wednesday's show is supposed to be Unsolved Mysteries.
Yeah, we're really excited about it. Like, we've all been watching the old school Unsolved Mysteries shows, and we were chatting about it on Saturday, and I'm just really excited to get tips from viewers like you.
Very cool. Thanks again for watching. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.